will host an Italy-Africa summit. Rome is the capital city of Italy, where runs the government of Italy. The summit is an international meeting of head of state or government with a special exposure of media, tight security, and pre-arranged agenda. So this summit occurred yesterday on the 28th to the 29th January 2024. The purpose of the conference is to enhance for Italy to present his strategic plan in order to enhance his cooperation with African countries. So Italy wants to review his approach when it comes to African countries. And we know that this conference came after the war between Russia and Ukraine that revealed to the world the dependence of the European countries toward Russia energy resources. So it's important to mention that for the conference they are waiting or they are expecting over 50 delegations, mainly from Africa, as well as from European Union and from the representative international organizations. So the goal of the conference is to enhance the cooperation when it comes to the energy with Italy, and for Italy is to help African countries when it comes to the aspect of education and the aspect of health. So there is also a moment or a plan in the agenda of the summit that they have to discuss about what are the root economic causes of migration flows from Africa to Italy. So this situation can be explained in two aspects. The first one is economic. It's an opportunity for African countries to seal an agreement with Italy and European Union countries. And it can be interesting to see that Italy recognized that they need African countries' resources when it comes to energy. And we know that Egypt and Niger are really important when we are talking about the resources, energy resources in Africa. After that, we can also say that it can be also quite interesting for African countries to be helped in the education aspect. It means that our students from Africa can come to their country and work together and live better in their countries. And also it will help African countries to develop their health aspect in the countries that is very difficult for many African countries. Aside that, we have the political aspect. For the political aspect, first of all, we can mention that we have in Italy, the Premier Minister, Giorgia Meloni, she's doing kind of a pre-campaign in Italy. So she's showing that she's very interested in the cooperation with other countries, especially Africa. And we can also say that for the African countries, it's a good moment to seal some interesting policies with other countries in Europe. But the question that we have to ask to each other is to know the feasibility of that plan, because that plan is due to cost around 3 million euro a year for 4 years duration. So is it really interesting for African countries? We can say yes for the economic aspect, but for Italy, what is really what they are keeping, what is the profit that they are finding in that kind of plan? And if it's, as the opposition in Italy says, if it's just for fight for her campaign, that it will be a bit not really interesting for African countries.